out there, but let's hope it doesn't arrive this morning. Back to you.
Ross, thanks very much indeed. Is that what they're looking for? That is a very large Asian cat, and I'm joined by its owner, Zoologist Dr Karl Shuker. Good morning, Karl.
Good morning.
There is something around there, is there, presumably?
Oh, yes, I have no doubt. The number of reports from reliable eyewitnesses as such, and not just in that area, these reports are from all over Britain.
Would you expect, though, something like that Asian cat there, which is, I mean, just if we can get some idea of the scale, you're fairly close to it there, but if you kind of draw back a bit, it's probably standing about, as it's in a crouching position, it's probably, what, 2 foot, isn't it? But that's the size of it, that's the size of a sizable dog, basically,
yes,
when it's walking around it. Would that attack a human being?
That wouldn't. Although it's large, it's not large enough. I mean, we're looking for anything to attack a human being, something like a puma or a panther, 6 to 7 feet long. Right. And even though those animals, the puma particularly, is very, very reluctant to even come near humans. In its native habitat in North America, it goes out of its way to avoid people at all costs.
But it's cold on Bodmin Moor and so on. I mean, it could exist under those circumstances, could it?
Yes, there's no
now,
problem
this is... Now, you brought this in with you. What's that? Is that
it's
something
a model
of
a black panther.
This is a black panther,
That's a realistic model of the all-black version of the leopard, yeah.
And that could be there too?
Oh, yes. In fact, that's basically the most popular eyewitness description of all. All over Britain, people have reported seeing animals just like that.
And where would this have come from? Would this have been a pet, perhaps?
Yeah, captivity, probably a private collection or an exotic pet. I mean, the black panther is very popular for its exotic appearance.
If it was one pet, how come they're actually breeding? I mean, possibly a couple escaped it.
The black panther is very popular. These reports are going back decades. We're not just talking about a few years. So in that time, we could have limited breeding populations.
And this... Now, you've authenticated this. Where did this come from? This is obviously a cast of a paw print.
Yeah, that came from Muddyford in Devon, just north of Barnstable, just west of Exmoor.
Yeah.
And the size of it and the shape of it is consistent with a lynx, which, again, the lynx isn't native to Britain. It is to continental Europe, but not to Britain. So, again, captivity, an escapee, or deliberate release. I mean, people were keeping these just in the same way you would keep a large dog or cat until 1976, when the Dangerous Wild Animals Act came in, and that required all sorts of expensive licenses and regulations for the way in which they were kept and whatever. And a lot of people simply couldn't afford to keep them anymore. So I think basically a dark night, a lonely moor, an open door of a car and a van, and the animals would be released.
Sure. OK, well, we'll see look out for the next sighting, Karl. Thanks very much indeed for joining us this morning. Thanks for bringing Tiddles in with you. Do you call it anything, by the way?
Enigma.
Enigma?
Yeah, I think that's a suitable name for it.
Enigma. OK. Right, thanks so much indeed. Now...